Hello, happy dang Sunday to everyone out there that it's still Sunday for. Welcome all my fine aviation enthusiast friends. Welcome back to the Airplane Show. It's the best show you're ever gonna see. Isn't that right? Anyways, as I said last night, I think there's a way to make the PDMG 737 much faster when it's really, I think, at any time during the flight. We're going to try it today because for the longest time I've only done flights where, it's been like an hour in the air, hour and a half in the air, just because I don't, I've been through it before. I can't sit here for like 3-4 hours to wait for a flight to, finish its cruising before I, begin its descent. So what we're going to do is I found a flight. I wanted to do a Jet 2 flight yesterday because I really think that livery is awesome. And I didn't want to do it because every flight was like 4 hours long. So I found a flight from Stansted, London to Fontorosa, Catania, Italy. And it's about 3 hours long. Let me show you the flight here. Give me 1 second here. That's my desktop. Alright, so here's the flight here. It's en route right now. Okay, and it says here about 3 hours and 20 minutes total travel time from the time it gets up in the air to the time it gets back down. So I built it on Navigraph. Well, I use SimBrief, and then we have Navigraph here that I use for everything during the flight. And I don't know what route it's flying because, one, it's still in the air, and also FlightAware does not publish, at least in America, they don't publish the route for pretty much Asian flights and European flights. So anyways, if you've heard me on these videos talk about finding the slope of the runway and its length and all that, if you go next to the runway here and click on these 3 dots, click on information, down here at the bottom it brings up all this runway information, right? And then if you want to get the current like ATIS info, if you just click on one of these green boxes here, it will bring up the forecast in the area, broken clouds at 3,600 feet. Here's the barometric pressure, Q1006. Here's the wind speed, dew point, temperature, all that stuff. So anyways, let's get into this. Let's go ahead and get this plane fired up and have a nice little Sunday morning flight. Why go to church when you can go to the church of Microsoft Flight Simulator? The Church of Greg. Psych. I'm just kidding. I'm no preacher. Preacher. 5th grade teacher. You can't reach me. My mom can't neither. Alright, let's see here. What are we looking for? Oh yeah, Boeing 737-800. Let's change its liveries to a Jet 2. Alright, Jet 2. And the runway the airport we're going to is EGSS. Stansted, London, and we're taking off from runway 22. Well, it looks like they only have so many. Well, that's going to be that's a very, very difficult runway to find, it looks like. Being that it's the only runway. Yeah, ramp 9 looks good. That's for large planes. Let's, Alright, we'll do that one, I guess. Actually, what is this one? Because they backed me out incorrectly. We'll just do this one, because if they back me out wrong, I'm safe either way. Like, if I mean to go to the left and they push me to the right, I'm safe, because I can just go around. Alright, let's do that. If this is your first time here, welcome. I play a pilot on the internet. I'm certainly not one in real life. Nowhere close, actually. I've never been inside the cockpit of an airplane. But I love simulators. Not just airplane simulators, but all simulators. Train simulator, you know, car mechanic simulator, fixing, you know, robots, farm simulator, all of it. I love them all. Alright, welcome to Stansted, London, England, UK. I don't know, for some reason I really thought this livery was cool looking, so. Alright, we'll leave the stairs there for now. We got the GPU unit right there. Now when I back up today, I guess I want the nose to go to the left. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, it would make more sense. I guess in real life we wouldn't be sitting here for takeoff. You know, getting the people. Well, I guess you might. This is more for larger planes, I would think, but whatever. All right, let's get in here. Who gives a shit? Now today I'm not gonna have all the service trucks come through. I'm just gonna plug everything into the FMS and then just. Well, here, I'll show you. Alright. Actually, let me use my mouse today. I have a mouse. That way I don't have to click twice on everything. I can just click once. For some reason with a mouse you just have to click once. When you're using a controller you need to click twice. Alright, so click this and hold it, and that'll bring this up. Let's get the time skip set up first, because I want to see if the clock changes. Let me see this here. So supposedly with this time skip, when you activate it, there's supposed to be additional buttons or different buttons over here, and that will allow you to do the time skip. So let's get that set up first. Nope, wrong thing. Alright, let's see here. Let's try options first. Okay. Auto time compression. TC update. Direct sim control. Pause. Okay, it's auto time compression. Hmm. Maybe the button already exists. Maybe it's over here. Oh yeah, well here's TCSR. Auto time compression up to 8. I think that button's already set up actually. Maybe it's defaulted for that. Let's just this is not it. Let's just go through the rest of the setup. Make sure I don't miss it. Alright, flight test package, no, none of that is it. Cutoff switch, yeah, yes. Auto ignition, no. Yeah, all that's good. Alright, displays. Alright, all this is fine. And maybe it's been on the whole time and I just never noticed it because I wasn't looking for it as an option. Alright, well, let's set up, and if I need to look it up while we're flying, I'll look it up, but I think we're okay. Alright, so let me go to the OFP. I read about it on Reddit last night, and I did watch a little bit of a video on it last night, so if I need to, I'll just go back to YouTube. I'll pause the video for a second and check it out, but I think it's enabled. I think it's proper. Alright, so our fuel today is 11.2. So that's not too far off. Let me put a little bit more fuel in. We'll do, what's it, 11.2. We'll do 12,200. So if you want to set everything from here and not have to worry about all the trucks coming and connecting the jetway and all that, you can just type in what you want here. Now you got to type it in over here as well. So we type in 12,200. Now this will come alive and put the proper fuel once we turn the plane on. Alright, our payload, we have 161 people, so that's fine. This maxes out at 160. And the total cargo is 4.0. So we'll put 1,200 in the front and 2,800 in the aft. And zero fuel weight is there at 60.1, and in SimBrief is 58.5, and that is close enough because I have more fuel also. Alright, so now we need to go into ground services, and now we need to actually type in everything here. So 160. And here we need to go and type in 1,200. And 2,800. Alright, now all that is set. Now we don't have to call the trucks and click set. So I want to get up in the air pretty quickly today, so I don't want to I don't want to dilly-dally. Whatever that means. Whatever dilly-dally means. I don't want to do that. Alright, let's get this airplane. Let's kick on the airplane. Let's come up here. Let's turn on La Batterie. Let's turn on ground power. Let's turn on our collision lights. And let's arm our nav so we can get the IRS aligned. That way we can get everything programmed in our flight plan. Alright, clear this out. Let's go to pose in it. Let's go to page 2. Click on either one of those and bring it in here. Alright, let's go to root and let's type in. Well, we'll wait for everything to. Oh, it might be lined up. I just saw the ADF spin around, so. Yep, I think we're okay. Alright, let's type in the, let's type our route in. Alright, so we got EGSS. And LICC. We got eggs to lick. Lick. Alright, and this is flight. What's it? EXS, I think? Yeah, EXS 1427. So, EXS 1427. Alright, let's go to departure arrival. Runway 22. And we're doing the CLN2E. Alright, now let's go to route. We'll activate that. Let's go to next and let's type in the rest of our flight plan. Give me a second, I'm just pulling it up on the OFP here. Where did it go? Come on, flight plan, where are you sitting at? Where did it go? Boy, I don't see it on the OFP today. Oh, here we go. Okay. Alright, let's get ready to type this in. Alright, so we got CLN, then we got M84. To Conan. And then we have UL607. UL607 to SPI. Then we are direct to Sutal, SUTAL. And then we are UN 852. UN 852 to GTQ. GTQ. Alright, let's go next. And then we have UZ343. There's a lot of steps to this flight. UZ343. And that is going to Begar, B-E-G-A-R. It is much quicker with a mouse, though, I can say that for sure. And I only have to click once. With the controller, you got to click twice for some reason. Alright, Odina is next. Odina, then DSIP. Are you going to take a drink? No, I'm just going to take DSIP. Oh man, my jokes are the greatest. Alright, DSIP, and then XPAL. ECPAL, not X. EC, P-A-L, to OST. Alright, now let me go out of here. Let me go up to Navigraph and click on OST and see what it's saying for the coordinates. So click on OST and it's saying it is 41 north, 12 east. Alright, so I guess either one's okay. We'll just do the... Alright, it pulls up as the VOR DME in Navigraph, so we'll do that. Okay. Next, let's go back to the OFP. Give me a second, I gotta get back to that page. Alright, so OST, we got, I think that was what we just typed in, right? Yep, OST. Now we have Amano, A-M-A-N-O, to Vacor. We're almost done typing in the route, by the way. Vacor. And we have Pelin, P-E-L-E-N. And one last airway to pick up, Q789. This is the airway we're taking to pick up our transition to the standard terminal arrival, and that is UX UTA. Okay. Let's execute that. Now let's go back to departure arrival. Let's pick our arrival. And we are doing ILS Z for runway 8. We are doing the NASM transition. And we are doing the UXUT1F. UXUT1F. Let's click that. Now let's go back to our route and take a look at it. Alright, let's go here. Actually, let's type in our cruising altitude. I think it said it was 35,000 feet, yeah. So 35,000. Alright, let's go back to legs. Now let's take a look at everything on here. So we'll go up here and we'll click Map. We can leave that how that is there. Let's go down here and click on step, LS12. Yep, we are good. Alright, that's good. Let's, I guess we'll carry in our weights. I guess we'll finish setting this up here. Okay, let's get the mouse out, because that's definitely much quicker. Alright, we got climb, cruise. Let's type in 35,000, actually. Alright, that's fine. Alright, let's go to here. Let's type in our forecast. This is found towards the bottom of the OFP page. It's got all the different altitudes and winds for each of the waypoints. I'm looking at descent, so we got 31,000, so 310, and then 200 for 20,000 feet, and then we'll do 10,000 feet. And first one is 273 by 71 by 71. Next one is 265 by 40. The one after that for 10,000 is 273 by 21. So 273 by 21. Alright, execute that. Let's go back to init. Alright, our cruise winds are... That's at the very top of the OFP. 257.57. So 257. 257 by 57. Alright, let's click this here. Let's request our limits. Our weights. Alright, now we can load them in. Execute. Now it changed our flight altitude. We'll fix that momentarily. The cost index according to SimBrief is 45. And our flight plan for fuel is 10,969. So let's just type in 11 here. Alright, that's good. Let's go back to cruise and type in 35,000. Because that's what SimBrief calculated. Alright, let's go back here. Alright, that's okay. N1 limit. We'll set it for 30 degrees higher than the outside temperature, so we got 44. We'll do takeoff 1. Alright, takeoff. I always go to page 2 first, so I can set up the wind speed and the slope of the runway. The wind speed right now is 250 at 6 knots. So 250 by 6. We're almost done setting this up, by the way. We're just about finished. 250 by 6. And the slope of the runway, if you were here in the beginning, you saw it, where I pick it up from Navigraph. Alright, the slope is 0. And let me actually... Alright, that's good. And let's go back a screen, and we'll do flaps 5. Interesting. Alright, Q and H off. Alright, that's on. Let me type in the actual barometric pressure right now. Let me plug that in. Let's go here to this, and it's 10.07. Alright, I think we're pretty much all set up. Let's make sure there's no discontinuity in the legs. I don't think there is. This we may have to get rid of. But once we get in the air, I'll take a look at it. I'm not going to worry about it right now. All right, we're good there. Cruise. Yep. Descend. All right, all that's good. This is all set up. All right, let's close the door. Let's release the stairs. That, I think we might need to plug in the exact amount there. Give me a second. 12, 2, 2, 30. Alright, that's good. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to come back here and go to init again and bring it back in because the weight changed a little bit. Oh yeah, and our transition altitude. What is our transition altitude out today? I think it's probably 11,000 feet. 6,000 feet. Okay, so we got load. It didn't really change, but it's okay. Alright, 0 fuel weight. Alright, we gotta put 45 back in. Let's put in 6,000 for our transition. And we got to change our cruising altitude again. Click that. I probably didn't have to go back in and do this, but I want to make sure it's all accurate, so. Alright, that's still good. That's still good. And it changed the center of gravity automatically. Alright, very good. Alright, let's get the APU fired up. And then we'll get a pushback. And then we'll get on out of here. Let's see here, we got 35,000 here. And what is our landing altitude today? According to the chart, according to the approach chart, it's 39 feet. So we'll plug in 50 there. Let's arm the emergency lights. Let's turn on these. And now we just gotta wait for this to light up blue. And then we'll be all set to turn on the APU. Very weird. I'm not sure what happened with the mic. If I hear that again, I'll unplug it quicker. I don't know what happened. I didn't touch the mic. It just started making that noise all on its own. For some reason it started maxing out in OBS. Alright, let's remove the wheel chocks. Ground power is now disconnected. Let's go to pushback. Select the tug. Nose to the right or nose to the left. Let's do nose to the left, because I think that will back us up and put us facing this way. We will see. I usually mess this up, so we'll see. Let's start it.
Cockpit to ground. Go ahead. We've been cleared for push and start. Tail to the right. Copy that. Ready for push. Tail right. Release brake brake, please. Brakes released.
Alright, let's see here. That was really weird with the mic. I don't know what happened.
Brakes released. Here we go.
Alright, do we have fuel in the center tank today? Yes, we do. Alright, let's kick on all the fuel pumps. Turn the yaw dampener on. I don't know why the plane is not turning. It does that periodically. Alright, well let's stop this then, so we don't go into the grass. And then we'll just go forward and turn where we need to. Alright, that's good. Let's go to menu, FMS, and we'll just go to init and N1 and take off, because we're probably going to have to verify those speeds again at some point. Alright, let's put the parking brake on. Let's fire up the first engine. Uh, 165 is going to go here. Let's turn on the first flight director. Turn on that flight director. Just wait for N2 to get close to 15 to 20, I would think. Turn on second engine. Alright, that's all good. Alright, what's our bearing for our takeoff from the runway? Is bearing 222. Alright, we got above 3,000. Flight level 6,000. Okay, alright, so let's type in 6,000 because it looks like we're gonna unable to 10. Okay, well, whatever. That's fine. Let's clear that message out. Let's put in 6,000. Alright, that's all set. Let's turn on the generators. Let's put this in continuous. We can turn this off. We can set our packs to auto. Put our probes on. And we can come here and set these lights. Let's do taxi. We'll turn the APU off here as we get closer to takeoff. Alright, let's turn on the traffic system. We go there. Weather is not modeled in here, so none of these buttons, I believe, do anything. Hopefully PDMG will activate that one day. Alright, let's put our flaps down to 5. Yep, verify takeoff speed, so I don't think flaps 10 is going to do anything. Let me see here. It doesn't usually do much of anything at all. Yeah, one degree. That's alright. We'll leave it how it was. Alright. Yep, I know you're unable to do the speed. It's okay. Let's type in, so now we got 166 here. Alright, and let's switch this back to map mode. Let's bring that down there. We can turn off the VORs. We can always turn them back on later if we need to, but I like them off right now. Let's click data so we can have the important stuff show up. All right, and we are ready for we are kind of ready for takeoff, but we're at least ready to taxi out. Everything here is set. All right, let's do generator 1 and TR1. We don't really need to do that, but it's okay. We can do it if we want to. All right, let's bring this up. And let's turn off the parking brake. Now, if you notice, I didn't adjust the trim at all. That's because you really can't adjust it. It stays at 4 pretty much. You can move it a little bit, but it really doesn't like to be touched. If that auto brake was woke, then that auto brake would probably be saying nasty things about you on Twitter because you touched it and it didn't want to be touched. So, alright. I'm not sure why the push cart didn't move us, but it's okay. Well, I mean, it moved us. It just didn't turn the airplane for some reason. Jet2.com, friendly low fares. That's what I'm talking about. Money is better in my pocket than in yours, that's for sure. Don't be needy, give to the greedy. Wait a minute. Don't be greedy, give to the needy. Had that backwards. So once we get to the cruising altitude, then I'll try the time skip thing and see if it works. It looks like it's set up, but I've never tried it, and I watched a lot of videos last night, and I was kind of tired when I watched it, so I don't know if what I saw is what is set up in this airplane, but we'll figure it out soon enough. Because it would be awesome to get this to work. It's very difficult to continually find flights that are like an hour long. You know, there's only so many routes around the world, and then by the time I get around to doing this, or even making an Aerofly video, by the time I get around to doing it, it's usually so late in the day that well, Aerofly doesn't really make a difference because that doesn't really use real time. It uses whatever time you put in. Alright, we got this is good. Now, when we're nearing our descent, we'll come in here and change the mode for landing, for like an ILS landing, and we'll plug in the runway elevation and the runway height. Turn on traffic. I've only done one flight, and all the different flights I've done, I've only had one flight where it actually picked up a plane on the radar, and it was pretty cool seeing that little, you know, the icon light up on there, and then looking out and actually seeing the airplane. Alright, QNH is still proper. Yeah, and we have a max of 6,000 feet until we get past the CLN VOR. And we have a max of 210 for a while, and then max 250 after that. Yes, dear, what do you need?
When you're done with the iPad, can I use it?
Um,
When you're done with it, whatever.
well, I'm gonna be a while because I'm doing a flight. I can use my other tablet.
No, it's fine.
If I'm offering it to you now, just take it now. Just let me unload this and I'll use my tablet for the flight plan.
I'm sorry.
For what?
No.
Wanting to do artwork?
Yeah. Love you.
You should be sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Love you too. See you later.
Have
Bye.
fun on your flight.
Yep, I will have fun on my flight. Thank you very much. Alright folks, give me 1 second. Let me pull up. My daughter wanted to use the iPad so she could draw. She's an amazing artist, by the way. No bullshit. She's pretty good at that. You know, as a parent, we usually say our kids are good at a lot of things when they're really not. But that's not the case this time around. She's actually pretty good. She can maybe do something with it if she practices. Alright, I almost have the flight pulled up here on my tablet. Give me a second. This tablet's not as fast as the iPad, but it'll do the trick. Okay, we got, this is all good now. Alright, we can hide that. And let's bring up the chart again like we had. I wouldn't really need the iPad if, once PDMG puts the tablet into the airplane, which supposedly they put a release date out this weekend. I haven't seen it yet. Well, I've seen the article, I just haven't read it yet. But supposedly it's coming soon. So hopefully once that tablet's, you know, put into this airplane, then I can just pull up the charts right in the airplane, and I won't need to use my tablet anymore. Like in the, I think it's the Bay 146, you can actually, or is it the ATR? One of those two planes, you can actually bring up the whole OFP. You can bring up all the charts. It's pretty nice, actually. Alright, well, we never did stop to turn on our landing lights and all that stuff, so let's just do all that now. Usually we stop, but we didn't this time. Alright, let's get lined back up again. Let's activate that, turn on VNAV, turn on LNAV, and oh, we're not even on the runway. I'm such an idiot. Mama always said I was a smart man. There's the runway over yonder. We're not. This is not the runway. We just came over here for nothing. I guess that's what I get for not looking at the airport chart first, or really paying attention to where we were going. So we'll go over there and then we'll start our flight. Yeah, boy, I'm stupid sometimes. No wonder we didn't stop, because there was no place for us to stop. There was no, like, you know, line on the ground, you know, for stopping, for the hold stop. I was getting ready to give the thrusters up and push the toga button about 30 seconds ago, until I realized this wasn't the runway. Oh boy. Gotta laugh at yourself sometimes. They say it's healthy. I gotta change the atomizer in my vape, man. That thing is starting to taste burnt. Gotta go downstairs to my desk and get a new one. Alright, here's our runway over there. I've been playing a lot of Forza, the new Forza game. I've been playing a lot of that. I really like how you can customize your vehicles, and not only like the functional parts, you know, and tweaking and tuning, but also like, you know, designing them as well. It's pretty, and the racing is really fun. I didn't expect to enjoy it so much. Just, you know, I've never really liked a lot of racing games. I mean, I liked Mario Kart when I was growing up. I liked the Asphalt lineup of games from, you know, like that's on the mobile devices. There's actually one available on Xbox, Asphalt Legends. We're not going to stop here, by the way. We're just going to go. We wasted enough time taking a tour of this airport. But yeah, Forza's pretty fun, man. Alright, once we get lined up, we'll give it some juice. Hit the toga screw, and then I did say toga screw, by the way. There's a screw over there you have to tap on to activate toga. Alright, here we are. Alright, let's give it some juice. Toga's activated.
Airspeed's alive. Getting knots. Big team. Positive rate of climb.
Alright, gear up. I think I was a little too aggressive on that takeoff. Alright. Autopilot's on. Let's lock the gear. We can turn this off. We can put our first flaps we can put up. We can put our second flaps up. And right around 220 we can put up the other flaps. So that'll be a couple of minutes, because we need to stay no more than 210 knots for just a a few spots. Alright, let's turn the APU off. Let's put these in flight mode. And packs are good. Isolation valves on auto, that's fine. We can stow that now. And we can put our flaps up completely. So flaps are up all the way. Excellent. And once we get past CLN, then we can go above 6,000 feet. And I'm looking at the chart here, and then we do have a transition height of 6,000 feet as well. And we'll be using the mouse to do the standard. When we click on the standard, if you saw the other flights I've done in this plane, I usually use the controller to click on standard here. And whenever you click on standard, at least for me, I don't know if it happens for everybody, but for me, when I click on standard, it continuously clicks itself. And down here at the bottom, it switches from like this to standard, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like there's no way to stop it really. Oh, we do have traffic. Look, there's a plane right there. Where's it at? I guess it would be easier to see at nighttime. That was pretty cool. I think there's a lot of these type of takeoff patterns in England, from what I've seen, where you have to stay at a certain altitude for a certain amount of time. I recall seeing that a few times with Heathrow, some of the Heathrow departures. Oh, we are sped up. I think we're sped up. I thought the clock was supposed to turn red though. Maybe we're not. Oh, maybe if I push it once. So maybe if I push it once, it activates it, and if I push it... I don't know. Let me pull up that video while we're climbing. I'll pull up that video I watched last night. Let me just, once we pass CLN, I'll activate the climb. Alright, let me go to my history. No, it's not showing. I have to type it back in again. Alright, we're passing CLN. So what we do here is, let's go ahead and click, and then click again. Oops. And click. No, come on now. There we go. Oh yeah, let me bring my mouse out so I can change the pressure. Alright, there we go. Now we're all set there. Alright, let's type in, what did I type in last night? PMDG time compression. Alright, let's see what this says here. Do we have that? Do we have arrows on here? Let me get the mouse out again and try this here. Oh, sure enough, we do. It turns green. I think that means it's active. Oh yeah. Look at that. Interesting. Alright. Jesus, look at that thing go. Alright, let's turn it off for now. Once we get to cruising altitude, we'll set it. Let me finish watching this little video here. That is cool. I guess it really does work. I didn't realize that there's two little... I guess there's two parts of this button to click on. I guess the top part and the bottom part. And we got it at 8 times, because I think it was on this video where I saw it, where it said 8 times was like a good sweet spot. Alright, hi. I am playing on Xbox Series S. Alright, let me finish watching this video here. Alright, so what I'm gathering is that we have that double click spot. Hang on, let me finish typing this in my door. Alright, let's see here. So what I'm gathering is... Oh, look at these cloths, they're pretty cool looking. So what I'm gathering is, we have this... They might have changed this with an update. There used to be a manual. Well, they have auto. And I don't know what direct sim control is, so... Let's do auto, because it says auto here, and up to 8 times is what we have set. So what I'm thinking is that when I click this here, the upper one, and this turns green, that puts it at 8 times speed. So I'll try it once we get, like I said, once we get to our cruising altitude, I will go ahead and give it a try. Oh, I guess I should turn our lights off. I've been so busy doing like everything else I forgot about all our lights. Alright, all that's good, that's good, that's good. That's good. We're about just over close to 5,000 feet. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I really just care about the fast forward part for when we're cruising. I don't mind the, 20 minutes or so that it takes to climb and get the cruising altitude. That part I don't mind. But I would like to speed up quite a bit during the cruise. Anyone unfamiliar with the Boeing planes, this little green arc here is roughly the spot on the route where we're going to get to the top of our climb. It also has the T/C for top of climb, but that arc shows you your estimated point where you're going to get to the altitude that you have programmed. Welcome back. Click the motorized machine. Okay. Got that. Got that. Instructions were sent to my email account. I haven't been in my Discord for a couple of years. So let me, there we go. Here's the request for the, oh, Doodoo5220. I think that's my username. Let me type that in. Doodoo. So, Doodoo, I used to be in a band called the Doodoo Heads. In the area that the area I live, we were a stupid name, but we were immensely popular for quite a few years, and we came very close to being able to do it as a career, but our manager back then really screwed things up for us, and not many places trusted us anymore because of what the manager did, so we couldn't really play a lot of venues anymore. We stopped having interest from radio stations and record labels and all that. So that's the Doodoo part of my name. And then the 5220, 52 is for Ray Lewis, and 20 is for Ed Reed, and those are my two favorite Ravens players. So, alright, we are getting close to our ascent. Once we level off, I'll click on that and see if it does do 8 times. It's amazing how many companies there are for airlines. You know, just it's just crazy that there's so many of them, and I guess they're all making money. Now, when I'm talking about like these type of planes, not the regional jets. You know, I understand that there's that there's differences, but like for these type of flights, you know, there's so many companies around the world. It's crazy. It's crazy that there's the capability and the economy to have that many around. Alright, I think we're close enough. I I think we're close enough where I can... Let me see if I can do it with the cursor and not the... Might have to use a mouse. Yep. Alright, let's try it with the mouse. Alright, so it works okay with the mouse. Wow, look at the it really does work. Look at the mileage ticking down. Oh my goodness. That is awesome. We'll turn it off here in a moment when we get close to we'll turn it off again when we get close to SPI so we can make the turn properly. Look at us going. Look at us rolling. And we moving. Alright, I put us back in regular time so we can make this turn. Let me get the landing set up. That is really cool. Well, we might as well do the rest of the flight. Okay, transition altitude in Italy airspace is... transition level by ATC. Oh, thank you very much. Let's go to the ILS chart then. Alright, 7,000 feet is transition altitude. Alright, let's type in 7,000. Let's go, let's go to performance. Alright, so our 109.9 is our frequency. Okay, and 81 is our course. Our descent height, decision height is 230. Alright, let's go down here. Change our mode. Alright, our runway elevation is... Runway elevation is 38 feet. So let's type in 38. And our length is 79.92. Okay, now the heads-up display is all programmed for our descent now. I mean, for our approach. Let's go back and click on the time and speed it back up again. It's interesting how you can do it with the mouse, but you can't do it with the controller. And I'm guessing here, if we change this auto compress time, that will in effect change it. I guess that doesn't really make sense what I said, but I guess whatever is in here is how quick, you know, the compression's going to be. Alright, we got that. Let's click on legs here. And we're roughly the same course for a while, so... Alright, I can see everything now. I can see the top of our descent, legs, the map, all it. It's moving pretty fast. Next time I'll have to time it and see, you know, exactly how much. Well, I guess I don't need to time it to figure out how much time it shaves off. I just need to figure out the equation. So I guess if we're supposed to be in the air, say, for 3 hours, and we're 8 times faster, so I guess 3 divided by 8 is, I guess, like 0.9 maybe? 8 goes into 30. 8, 16, 24, 3, like 3.5 times. So maybe it takes us, I don't know, I'll have to figure it out. Yeah, because if it's 3 hours and it's 8 times quicker, so 3 times quicker would be an hour. Six times quicker would be a half an hour. So I'm guessing 8 times quicker would maybe be 20 some minutes, maybe, I guess. I mean, we're moving pretty good. I don't really want to look. I don't want to look up though. I don't know if that's gonna. I know PMDG supposedly, like, took care of all this and did a really good job programming the update, like the updated speed. So I think we're okay. But I don't really want to go outside the airplane. I don't know if that'll like throw something off. If I see a spot that we're getting to where it looks like it's close to like a bigger, like a sharper turn, then I'll turn it off. That was recommended. That was recommended in that video I watched, where if it gets to like a bigger turn. Oh man, something smells delicious in my house. What'd you make? Oh, it smells like food. Oh, maybe that's what I'm smelling. Did you heat it up at all? I just asked you what you. Okay. Nothing. No, I could smell something. It smells delicious. I gotcha. Okay. Mmm. Give me your Subway, or I'll punish you. Try punishing my 17-year-old son for not giving me his Subway sandwich. That's it. That's what good parenting is, everyone. When you steal food from your kids and then punish them for it. That's what parenting's all about. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I would never take food out of their mouth. Man, we are rolling along. Look at this mileage just clicking down. Now, the only thing with the guy that I was just watching, he was showing that, like, green is like, I guess two or 4 times faster, and then if it's in red, that means it's like 8 times faster. So let me try clicking that up arrow one more time and seeing what happens. Alright, no, it just turns it off. Okay. Alright, so it is set for whatever you have programmed in there. Okay, that's fine. We can stick with 8x. Yeah, half an hour for cruising's not too bad. I don't mind that. But yeah, we is moving along, bro. Look at that. Look at that, boy. Look at that mileage. Yeah. We're getting ready to get a warning light popping up because of our center fuel tank is going to be empty. Yep, there's the warning light. Let's turn this off. The light goes away. Yeah. Randy Watkins. That voice I do a little bit every once in a while reminds me of this guy from Coming to America, Randy Watkins. Let's give it up for sexual chocolate. It's Mr. Randy Watkins. I think he was a preacher in that movie, not the new Coming to America that was made a few years back. I'm talking about the original from, like, I guess sometime in the late 80s, I guess it was made. When Eddie Murphy made, like, all his really good movies. In my opinion, at least, all his really good movies. Beverly Hills movies, The Golden Child, Coming to America. I'm wondering if this sim with the compressed time would work better with live weather and traffic turned off. Like, I wonder if that's too much for it to do, and behind the scenes. I wonder if that's too much to do with live weather and all that turned on. I wonder if it's just simulated weather, if you could actually sit outside the airplane and watch it speed by. Might be too much for it to process. Man, we're almost at 400 miles to the top of our descent, man. We are cruising. I should call Guinness Book of Records. This probably the quickest flight from London to Venice. I'm gonna call him up and say, "Hey, Mr. Guinness, guess what? Guess what, Mr. Guinness? We did it. We figured out time travel. We can only go forwards. We can't go backwards, but we can go forwards in time travel. It's called compressed time." We did it, Mr. Guinness. We finally figured out time travel. Yes, sir. If you haven't done so yet, please click the subscribe button and click the thumbs up. And maybe say hi, write a comment in the comment section. Man, we are at 374, 373. I'm wondering if this is... Whoa, I didn't want to do that. Alright, so left clicking on the mouse zooms it in. I still have my mouse on. 365, 366. Alright, we got a turn coming up that's 9 degrees. That's not a big deal. Wow, these are some high clouds. There must be some storms out down there. We'd be able to see it if we were like in the A310 or the what's it called? The Cessna we flew last night. Dude, can we put the wipers on this at this speed? You know, 8 times Mach 0.7, whatever we're at. You know. Alright, where are we sitting at now? 297, man, this is going by pretty quick. This is awesome. Now we can fly anywhere we want to. There's a way to do this inside the simulator as well. There's settings for it, so you can do it with any plane, but the times I've tried it in other planes, Microsoft, like, it couldn't handle it. Like, the plane was bouncing all around, and autopilot would disconnect because the plane was bouncing around so much. But supposedly PMDG, which looks like it so far, it looks like they did a really good job with programming this, which is what I read about last night, was that they did a really good job programming everything behind the scenes so it would work pretty much flawless, as long as you're not going faster than 8x. 16x it can do, but I heard that it can disconnect the autopilot and give you some issues. So but shoot, if you do 16x, this flight probably we'd probably be cruising for maybe 25 minutes cruising. I guess, I don't know. I don't have my calculator out to do the math, but you know. Man, look at that. Just like 10 minutes ago, we were at like 700 miles. Give it up for sexual chocolate. 29.5 is our first descent marker, and I do like to plug in each mileage as we get closer to it, because it shows. So this little green arc that we've been seeing, I like plugging it in on descent, each one of these, as we get closer to it, because it shows with that green arc on the screen where our estimated point is to get to that altitude on here, and it shows it versus the waypoints. So, you know, it shows you how close you'll be at that altitude for each waypoint instead of kind of just guessing. I'm sure there's an equation to work all that out, but I'm not a trained pilot, so I have no idea what that one is. And when we get to like maybe 30 miles to the top of our descent, we'll go back to regular speed. Boy, that sky is pretty. Boy, we close. Jeez Christ. Gotta really like keep an eye on this thing, because that thing ticks down pretty quickly. I wonder if it'll land at this speed, like at 8x, or if like it crashes. I should leave at 8x the rest of the flight. See if it crashes the plane. Alright, we're gonna get ready to click this off here. Alright, let's click this off. Alright, now we're back at regular time. I believe. Oh boy. Okay, so if anybody's heard me talking about nighttime flying in Microsoft Simulator, here's what I'm talking about. And maybe this is how it is in real life, but you can't see the airplane at all. I mean, the interior looks awesome, but you know, another way I could figure out the math on this speed up too. Could take whatever our cruising speed is. So it looks like, you know, say our cruising speed is say 400 miles an hour. You could multiply that by 8, and then divide that number by how many miles the cruising is. You know, so if you're cruising, you know, let's do something that's, I guess, so if we're cruising at, say, 400 miles an hour, 8 times 4 is 32, so that's 3,200 miles an hour. And if we're, let's just say 3,000 miles an hour, right? And if our trip is, say, 500 miles, then 5 goes into 36 times. So it would be 6 times I get. I don't know, man. I'm confusing myself. Who cares? Alright, we should be beginning our descent here any moment. And we got 81 programmed, and we got 109.9 programmed on both spots, so we are good. And unlike the Aerobus lineup that I'm familiar with, which is, I guess, 3 of their planes now, the A380, the A320, the A320neo, and the A310, this should start descending on its own. Yep, there we go. It just kicked on. So the RNP and the ANP kicked on, which is the real and approximate distance, like the vertical deviation. And then here is this little triangle there, a little pink triangle, which is if you're not familiar with that song from Weezer, Pink Triangle is an awesome song. And if you're doing an RNAV landing, you can go in Program here, go to page 4, and you can type the RNP required here, or you can type it in on this scratch pad and plug it in on this line here. Alright, so at Vacor we're supposed to be at, say, 30,000 feet. Pelin is 20,900. Cool. Very cool. Sorry, disconnected the autopilot by accident. Wow, we're really going fast. Maybe that has something to do with me disconnecting the navigation by accident. I do that a lot. Disconnect the navigation. It's usually by accident. Nonetheless, I still do it a lot. – Yo, is we gonna start turning? What's up? Autopilot wasn't on again. Jesus Christ. It stopped beeping. I thought it was on. No wonder we weren't turning. Now, I like clicking the spot for the spoilers instead of dragging. Last time I used the spoiler, like last time I used that lever and actually drug it with the controller, it stayed flashing blue like this, and I couldn't deactivate it, and it really screwed up the flight. So let's look at our arrival chart, and let's pull up the barometric pressure. Alright, CTF 23, Utexa. Oh, okay, I see what that says there. Okay, because we're going to be following a DME arc, so let me plug in the fix. What's the runway we're landing on? Runway 8. So runway 08. And we're going to do 4 miles. That's for helping us remember our landing gear. And 10 miles for like flaps 10 or flaps 15, somewhere in that area. Alright, let's move this down to say 8,000 feet. Let's adjust our I guess I should have put the seatbelt signs back on, I guess, right? I think it's about time for all these unruly passengers to start settling down. Alright, let me click off this standard. Even though we plugged in 7,000 feet, it's still not accepting it. That's why standard is in yellow right now. We'll adjust that when we get closer to 7,000 feet. Alright, we'll see how this follows the route. I may wind up doing heading mode and doing this myself, the DME arc, but we'll see. Right now it's holding pretty good. I believe that green dot there is the deceleration point for the speed, so we can get down to 266. And according to this chart, let's see if it says max speed anywhere on this chart. 2400 altitude. No, it doesn't. I don't see a max speed anywhere. Yeah, I don't see a max speed, so. But when we get the C-23 CTF, that's where we're supposed to turn towards the runway. Cause alright, let's see here. Alright, so far so good. Thinking about doing a little speed intervention and putting the speed down a bit, but we'll leave the navigation going for now. Because I think, I mean, being this close to the airport, I think we should be a little slower than 289. Plus, we need to be slower here. Actually, yeah, let me do that now. 240. And let's bring our flaps up. So we're getting close to that 10,000 mark. We need to be under 250, no more than 250 for that. Alright, we're getting ready to make this turn, it looks like. Alright, very good. We're making our turn. We're slowing down. See, there's 10 miles out. Yeah, let's get down to 220, I think. Let's turn this down to, say, 6,000. What is the, actually, what is the ILS capture point here? So 5,800 feet is the minimum height that we're allowed to be. And NASM, which is our initial fix, it looks like, is 5,000 feet. The glide scope fix, which is 9.3 miles out, is at 3,000 feet. No. Yes, I guess. Oh, well, there's two different glide scope capture points, it looks like. One's 1,300 feet, which is 4 miles out. Okay. Alright, we're good. Alright. Let's go ahead and move this to armed. Let's arm that. And we need to go in here and put our VREF speed in. Okay, making turns. Let's put some flaps out right now. Let's lower this down to, say, 3,000, 5,000, I guess. We'll do 3,000. Let's move this down to say 210. Let's put on some lights. Wing lights, logo lights, landing lights. Alright, so far so good. Let's move flaps down one more notch. Help keep our speed down. And is our ILS showing yet? CTN, DME, LNAV, VNAV. Alright, localizer is armed. I'm going to arm that before the glide scope. Because if I think if I hit approach mode now and the ILS and the glide scope is not in range, or the ILS, I'm sorry, if the ILS is not showing in range, and you hit approach mode, I believe it will set the courses back to 0. I don't want that. Let's click approach mode here. So if you look, it actually has the dot for our landing here. It's not showing yet what the, we're not lined up yet, but it'll show much quicker in this section than it does in the actual display. Alright, we're at 1015 for barometric pressure. So let's plug that in. Oops, wrong button. Alright, let's slow down to let's go to 190. And let's plug in our ILS capture point, which is 1300. Now we may capture it quicker than that, but I just lowered flaps again. So we can continue to slow down. Let's change this. Click this center button twice. Alright, now it has that vertical profile there. Alright, approach mode, we got that active now. How far out are we from? $20 miles away. Okay. Alright, localizer has been captured. Now we can go ahead and click on Autopilot B. That will engage a Category 3 landing once the glide scope captures. Let's bring our speed down now to 180. We're at flaps 5. Let's go for flaps 10. Looks like the glide scope's going to be capturing momentarily. Barometric pressure still 10-15, that's good. Oh, we got a plane on the traffic. I don't know what the minus 15 means. That means it's like 1,500 feet lower than us. Or is that like how far away it is from us? Like 1,200 feet? 1.2 miles? Like, I don't know what that means. Something else for me to look up one day. Alright, we're 13 miles out. Let's lower our speed again. Let's put flaps down to 15. It's buzzing, that means we gotta put the gear down, I guess. Yeah, I don't exactly know what that buzzing is. The buzzing is either... I think the buzzing is that we're not configured properly. But I don't know what the right configuration is of speed and flaps. I'll have to look that up. Alright, you can see we're about 10 miles out now. So we put our landing gear down a little soon, I guess, but it's all good. We're not real pilots, right? It's okay. We just do this for fun. Alright, when we get a little closer, I'll put us down to whatever, VREF plus 5, which should be... So I guess 146 would be it. Try to do 5 miles an hour. 5 miles an hour. 5 knots over it.
2,500.
There's our runway right there. Hey man, that is awesome that we can speed up time like that. I've been talking about it for so long with this simulator, and there's finally a good way to do it. Alright, let's set this now for 146. And then I'll move our flaps down one more notch when we get just a little bit lower in speed. Alright, I think we can put our flaps down all the way now. And now we just let this plane land itself. Oh yeah, let's look at the heads-up display. I forgot about the heads-up display. So we changed the mode, right? IMC for an ILS landing. Now look, now remember what it looked like during takeoff? Now look at it. Look how minimized it is. But it has everything we need. It shows the VORs. It shows VOR localizer. We're in manual control for the speed. It's got our ground speed. It's got our vertical feet per second. It's got our distance. It's got our descent profile. It's got land 3 on for a category 3 landing. And since we programmed in the elevation and the length of the runway, the reticle is going to be right where it needs to be in the touchdown zone. It's got our speed here, 147. Yeah, I mean it's very useful if you're going to manual land or monitor. You know, it's a very good system. How come they got roads in Venice? I thought all of Venice was like on water using little boats and stuff. Right? No, I'm just kidding. I know that's only a part of Venice. Santa Rosa. Look at that touchdown. Almost a touchdown. I'm not going to the gate. I'm just going to park it right here. Well, we did it. We not only had a safe landing, we did an ILS landing, which is awesome. The plane did a Category 3 landing. It rolled out and flared all on its own. We sped up time 8 times the speed and made this 4-hour trip in about an hour, I guess. So that's about it. I'm gonna hang out with some family today. I believe I got a couple emails to write that are very important emails today I got to take care of, so I got some stuff to take care of. I might be on later tonight. Maybe doing Forza, maybe doing Liza P, maybe doing something. But that's about it for the airplane show, my friends. I am working on something for Aerofly. I'll have that up in a few days. I'm just trying to figure out something new to do with Aerofly because I've done so many videos of all configurations that I'm just now trying to figure out something new to do with Aerofly. So I am working on that, but before you leave to go check out something else, just take a nanosecond to help me out and click a couple of things or tap a couple of things depending on what device you're using, but hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up, notification bell, leave a comment if you so could, and certainly be good to yourself, be good to other people, certainly be good to me. I appreciate it. And until we see each other again, my friends, over the beautiful skies of Mother Earth, this is your internet pilot Greg signing off. Until the next time when we get into some airplane in some simulator and fly from one city to another city, I will see you then. See ya.